In the long arc of Deborah Roberts' broadcast journey, the most powerful influences were rarely the ones whose names appeared in headlines or award citations, but rather the unseen network of mentors who quietly shaped her voice, steadied her confidence, and taught her how to endure in a profession that has never been gentle, especially for women who came of age when newsrooms were louder with skepticism than encouragement. Early in her career, Deborah learned that talent alone was not enough, that survival required discernment, knowing when to speak, when to listen, and when to trust her instincts, even as others questioned her presence. And it was seasoned producers, veteran correspondents, and newsroom elders who pulled her aside not to flatter her, but to tell her the truth, explaining how to navigate unspoken rules, how to prepare twice as much for half the recognition, and how to hold on to dignity when the pace and pressure threatened to erode it. For viewers now in their 60s who remember an era when women on television were expected to be polished but not powerful, Deborah's rise feels personal because it mirrors their own professional lives, years spent proving competence, earning respect inch by inch, and leaning on trusted colleagues rather than public praise. One mentor taught her that credibility is built in the quiet moments, by checking facts when no one is watching, and by treating every interview subject with respect, while another reminded her that longevity in broadcasting depends not just on resilience, but on adaptability, on understanding when the story has changed and when it is time to change with it. As Deborah moved through roles and networks, these lessons became internal guideposts, shaping the calm authority audiences now associate with her presence, an authority that feels earned rather than performed. Her marriage to Al Roker added another dimension to this network, not as a shortcut or shield, but as a partnership grounded in shared experience, mutual respect, and an understanding of the peculiar isolation that can come with public life. And even there, Deborah relied on mentors who advised her on how to maintain professional independence while honoring personal connection, wisdom that resonates deeply with couples who have spent decades balancing work, family, and identity. For a generation now reflecting on legacy, Deborah's story underscores the truth that no meaningful career is built alone, that behind every composed moment on screen is a lineage of voices offering guidance, correction, and quiet belief. She often speaks of gratitude not in grand gestures, but in small acknowledgments, crediting those who challenged her when it was easier to praise, who prepared her for setbacks rather than promising smooth paths, and who reminded her that integrity outlasts visibility. As the industry evolved, with faster news cycles, louder commentary, and shrinking patience, Deborah leaned on the values her mentors instilled. Listen first, speak with purpose, and never confuse urgency with importance. Principles that feel especially resonant to viewers who have watched institutions change and have themselves adapted without losing core values. What makes Deborah's journey poignant is not that she avoided obstacles, but that she learned to interpret them through the counsel of those who had walked ahead of her, transforming potential discouragement into refinement. In this way, her unseen network becomes a metaphor for all the quiet support systems that sustain long careers and long lives, the teachers, supervisors, colleagues, and friends whose influence is felt long after their words are spoken. For those in their 60s who now find themselves mentoring others or reflecting on who once guided them, Deborah Roberts' story offers a gentle affirmation that wisdom compounds over time, that guidance given in private can echo publicly for decades, and that the most enduring legacy is not simply being seen, but helping others learn how to stand steady when the lights are on, and even steadier when they are not.